Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. So in this video we are going to take a look at the Goku and Vegeta unit, and this is a new unit that's been brought out with part 2 of the 350 million worldwide download celebration. They are an exchange unit that will exchange upon the revival skill activation. So leader skill wise, they are a Planet Namek Saga lead with 130% and a INT type lead, that's regardless of super or extreme. On their 12 and 18 key, they raise attack and defense for 1 turn and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. So this is pretty nice right off the bat. Obviously it would wish for a slightly higher leader skill, maybe 150, 120, but it's all good by me. Key plus 3 and attack of 150% plus an additional key plus 3 and a defense of 150% when HP is 30% or more, plus an additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking, and if HP is 29% or less at the start of the character's attacking turn, they will revive with 70% health if them or an ally is KO'd. So pretty cool. Nice passive, really simple kind of, but really cool. I like the fact that their revive skills only condition is HP threshold, which means it can be activated whenever, which I think is really good. In terms of links, they have Saiyan Pride, Saiyan Warrior Race, Fierce Battle, Prepared for Battle, Legendary Power, and Prodigies in this form, and Brutal Beatdown, which is a pretty interesting link set. Obviously inclined for Vegetas from the Saiyan Saga and the Planet Namek Saga, who link really well with them. In terms of build, you're going to want to build into crit for this unit to maximize their damage, and their super attack is farmable. You can farm the Vegeta and get them up to rank 10. In terms of categories, they have quite a few categories: Planet Namek Saga, Vegeta's Family, Pure Saiyans, Inhuman Deeds, Planetary Destruction, Dragon Ball Seekers. So yeah, just quite a few gifted warriors as well, quite a few really solid categories that they're on. One category I wish they would have added in is Space Traveling Warriors. I think all Planet Namek Saga units should have Space Traveling Warriors, but overall I think they are a really awesome unit. Great categories as well. Obviously when they revive, they will revive back as a Goku. This changes their link set a little bit, won't change their categories, but it does change their link set, so they gain All in the Family instead of Brutal Beatdown, Kamehameha instead of Prodigies, and the Saiyan lineage as well, and I can't remember what that replaces, but it replaces something. More importantly, they keep 4 of the same links from being in Vegeta's form, which is what we'll focus on, and they keep Prepared for Battle. They become a key plus 3 in attack and defense of 158%, plus an additional attack and defense of 58% when performing a super attack. They also have plus an additional key plus 3 and reduced damage received by 30% when there's an extreme class enemy. So they also have that strange feature of moving from extreme class to super class, which makes them a little bit weird, similarly to the transforming Vegeta in things like some of the SBRs and ESBRs, so be careful what unit you're running them under, but overall pretty cool unit. And yeah, they greatly raise attack and defense now on their 18 key. So overall I think link wise they're a lot more solid than the Gohan and Krillin, and they have more categories. But their passives a little bit simpler. They don't gain additional attacks or anything, but they are very strong defensively, I find. So that is a bonus to them. Simple build as well, just crit, which is the way to go nowadays. And there's no real necessary need to go for additionals. They don't do anything else on their 12 key. So yeah. So we'll try them out on a Planet Namek Saga team. We'll also try them out on a Pure Saiyans team, which is where I think they'll shine. But I think they have a place on all of their categories. They're quite strong on Pure Saiyans because you can obviously alternate. You can get a linking partner for the Goku and the Vegeta. They're quite strong at Interplanetary Destruction because they share 4 and 5 links respectively with certain LR Brolys and Brolys in general, which is really impressive and really awesome. That also works on Pure Saiyans as well. On Dragon Ball Seekers, they can link up with the Skada Vegeta, who shares a solid amount of links with them, and the INT support Planet Namek Saga Vegeta. They can also link up on Planet Namek Saga with units like this physical Goku, with pretty much anything. Even the exchange Krillin and Vegeta free-to-play unit, they link up really well with on Planet Namek Saga. They link up okay with this transforming Goku as well. So just a lot of options in general for them to link to. Vegeta's family, they link well with Vegeta's family units, but just be careful when they do transform to Goku. They are going to have some tiny concerns with linking there. But obviously the fact that they are prepared for battle, Saiyan warrior race, legendary power, and fierce battle kind of means that they always have a decent Saiyan linking partner. So that's really a good thing for them. The way they've been designed is that they share 4 very common links between both units of the exchange, which makes them really, really solid. So we'll get a good shout out here. We have 122,000 defense, which is really, really good. Remember, they are going to raise that on their 12 key or their 18 key, so we're looking at roughly 130, 140,000 defense, which is good for a 55% unit. There's no support on the rotation, they don't have a lot of links, they're not link leveled, they don't have any gear. So for 55%, that's really, really solid. They're going to raise their defense here. And yeah, just really nice attack stat there. Obviously, we didn't get the 18 key, so we're not going to see the full power of Vegeta just yet. But Vegeta can hit very hard, which is really good. Him and Goku hit very well. Goku does hit a bit less than Vegeta. When Vegeta turns into Goku, he loses some of his higher power attack links, and Goku does become a little bit less of a hitter, at least at max link level, but it's not something to be too concerned about. They both still hit decently hard. They both hit, well, they hit hard. I mean, at 55%, they hit hard, and they are really good defensively once they transform. And they're just good overall. They're really great. Remember, when they fire their super attack, they are also gaining attack and defense. So you need to keep that in mind, because that 144,000 defense doesn't just raise from their 12 key. So it's not just going to 160, it's also gaining that 50% attack and defense as well. So their defense is really shooting up quite a bit, which is obviously great. So yeah, just overall, I think they're a really, really cool unit. I think they have a nice link set, and I think they have a good amount of categories. Like I said, I would like Space Traveling Warriors for all the Planet Namek Saga units, especially Vegeta, because if you're starting as a base form Vegeta, he's literally the Vegeta that's been traveling space like all the time. He went to Earth, he went from that random planet to the bug planet to Earth, back up to Planet Namek, back down to Earth. I mean, this guy he's traveling space. He's motoring. So yeah, just something to keep note of. As you can see there, we get the 18 key, and immediately we can see that 4.7 million attack stat. Really awesome attack stat from Vegeta. 55%, not even his best linking partners, just really, really good attack stat there. And yeah, I think overall, I'm really happy with both of these LR units. I don't think either of them are underwhelming. I think they're great additions. I think they represent 2 really cool moments. I think Krillin and Gohan represent a good moment. I think Vegeta and Goku, I mean, the revive skill we'll see later, but it's literally beautiful. It's probably the best looking revive skill for me. I mean, people can say what they want, but I think that's one of the most powerful scenes in Dragon Ball Z. I think it's a real turning point for Vegeta's character. I think it's a real turning point for Goku's character. It obviously leads up to an incredible scene and moment in the history of the show, and probably in the history of anime, when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan. So yeah, I think personally, honestly, fantastic card. The attack stats, defense stats are great, but also just the animations and everything are so crisp. I love them. They do a great homage to the show's original animation style, and just really happy with how it's all shown out. And I think when you find units like this Goku get an easy A, when you find the Krillin and Vegeta exchange unit get an easy A, they're going to get a lot of decent linking partners on like Pure Saiyans, on Planet Namek Saga. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this performance. So we've got 3 links activated here, which is probably the best that we're going to get in this situation. And yeah, we've got 141k defense. which is really solid. Remember, we're going to gain the 50% on the super attack. We're also going to gain the raise of attack and defense on the super attack as well. So that 140k is going to really shoot up quite quickly and be super solid. So yeah, just like really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff from these guys. And a nice big attack stat there. So yeah, really good card. 55%. Remember, this is a 55% unit. No gear, no link levels, no nothing. Just 1 support, 3 links, nice damage. So if that's not impressive, or not considered a good card nowadays, then I don't know. I mean, there's minor complaints to be had with every card that ever comes out. We all want every card to be perfect, but I really think they hit the nail on the head with this guy. I think he's super impressive. Do I think he's better than Gohan and Krillin? I think he's more usable than Gohan and Krillin. I think, obviously, with the more categories, quite a lot more. I think he's got 3 or 4 more categories. And the more generic link set for things like Pure Saiyans and that, I think you'll find he just has more usability. I also need a strong int unit for some of the Gods of Destruction events. I think, those teams need a little bit of a payload. I also think they did really well putting him on the Planetary Destruction category. So that really helps because he can synergize with the latest Broly that came out. So I do think, obviously, just from that point of view, I think he has more usability than Gohan and Krillin, but I think both are equally good. I think Gohan and Krillin are really awesome with what they bring to the table, but I think this Vegeta slash Goku exchange, I think the revive mechanic's awesome. Just the fact that 1A, it's just a health threshold, which is really cool. And then B, the fact that it's 120,000 defense here. So let's just get back to the stats here. 120k defense, really good. Obviously 4.7 million. So yeah, really good. Obviously, one benefit of running them on Pure Saiyans is, like I said before, you can have a Goku unit that you can kind of sub in once you activate the revival skill. 30% as a health threshold, some people consider a bit too low. A lot of times you can get kind of zeroed out from like 50-60% to 0, especially in events like the God of Destruction events. But the fact that it's just a health threshold makes it quite applicable. You can be in a spot of bother late into fights or into ESBR or anything like that, and there's no other requirements. You don't need to do super attack, you don't need to do anything, which means the build of the unit isn't affected at all. You don't need to do additional supers, you don't need to do X amount of attacks, you don't need to dodge X amount of attacks. It just happens, which makes it really, really powerful to me and simple and easy to understand for a lot of people. Are you below 30% health? Yes. And I think a cool thing that they do is they actually kick out the defense on the card. I know a lot, so 120,000 again, really nice. I know a lot of people say, oh, why is kicking out the defense really cool? Because it actually means you can literally just suicide yourself. Because this Vegeta doesn't have any defense in. So you can literally just suicide yourself and you will be like, fine. You can suicide yourself, you have no defense, you can just throw him in harm's way and you will definitely die and definitely get the revive. Which I know people will say, well, why would you do that? Well, because hell yeah. Like, hell yeah. Why wouldn't I do that? I can get the revive, get my health back. You can stick him in the second slot and you know he's going to die, even if you have a tanky unit. Because a lot of the times, like, you look at someone like the INT Powerful Comeback Vegeta from the anniversary, he has so much damage reduction. Sometimes, you want him to die and he just doesn't die. Like, he won't die. And then you have to screw up rotations or anything. Not with this Vegeta. Right, I'm below 30% health. Time to suicide. Time for Goku to bury me and let Kakarot come back out. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's cool. I think it's good design because I think it means that you at least have the ability to control your revive skill quite well. And then if you do get above 30% health hold, he'll gain his defense back, which will happen in turn, by the way, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, I think overall, I don't have any problem with this unit. I don't have any issues with it. I think it's great. One category more, maybe a buff on the leader skill, but yeah, these guys, awesome. The moment, awesome. Animations, awesome. Everything, awesome. And here we go. We've got quite a few links with this Vegeta, 4 or 5 actually, which is really, really cool. We've got 111 or so thousand defense. We don't have any buffs or supports or anything, but we have quite a few links active, and 4.1 million. So you can see that Vegeta hits around 4 to 5 million, with or without support, depending. But it's really, really good, and his defense shoots up after that. Just an awesome card. I'm really happy with it. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know how you guys feel. I've seen some people comment that they're underwhelming. I think those people either A, don't like the Planet Namek saga, or B, just want every unit to be like full-on Destructor. I think they're good. They're on Pure Saiyans. They're on Interplanetary Destruction. They can definitely be useful at 55% in the Gods of Destruction event. I have no doubt about that. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with these guys. I think they're awesome. They're a great alternative lead for the Planet Namek saga as well. You can use them to help complete the challenge for the Epic Collection of Battles. They're going to be good in ESBR, SBR. They've got a revive skill. I just don't see any negatives about them. I mean, there's negatives, but I mean, there's negatives in everything in life. So I'm really happy with these guys. Really happy with the numbers they put out. We're hovering at around 120 to 140,000 defense at 55%, which is decent, depending on support. And remember, that just shoots up after we fire off our super attack. So with that being the lowest threshold we've seen, I've got no problems with this card. Remember, them having a massive amount of defense after supering is helpful. They don't have any location requirements. They're not needed to be in first or second or third slot. I do think they're probably a slightly better second slot unit, just because of that big defensive buff after their super. But they tank well enough, especially when they transform into Goku, if you're fighting extreme class enemies, that they can link, more than well enough with other units and act as that first slot tank. I think they also benefit from being able to link with both this Vegeta that recently got a ZCA, and plus in future I'm sure we'll get more Scouter Vegetas. We'll get more baseline Gokus from the Saiyan saga, and I think both of those units are going to link really well with either transformation of these guys. I mean, an epic Gallic Gun Kamehameha Saiyan saga unit is bound to come around. Not an exchange unit, but probably a dual Dokkan Fest, and both of those units, I can tell you now, are going to link really awesomely with these guys. So yeah, I honestly am just so happy about this card. I love the moments, I love the attack animations, freaking love the revive skill. So yeah, super happy with this unit. So what we're going to do now we've seen the stats and everything, we've got a good idea of how they perform. We're just going to hop along into a super battle road. I've kind of set everything up so we can see the revive skill, so we can see Goku do a little bit of damage and things like that, and just have a nice little look at Goku. I'm not going to say the most optimal, I don't think it is, but we're going to get a nice little look at Goku. So here we go, we've got our health threshold sorted. You can see there the defense has dropped, bam, all the way down to 45k, which means we're just going to suicide Vegeta here one time, just throw him into the wind, and yeah, we're going to get a good idea of how things go. I'm not going to talk during the revive skill, just so you guys can enjoy that moment, and then we'll revert back afterwards. So yeah, I'll check you guys soon. So there we go, obviously the revive skill activated. Really awesome scene. I think, I love the music change, I love the OST, just really enjoy that whole scene. Really, really well done. And yeah, it reminds me a lot of like the LR from last year, obviously Vegeta's speech to Goku, just that OST kicks in, the music kicks in, you just can't help but feel a little bit epic during that moment, which I think is really cool from a gacha game. Like, I just think, wow, it's really cool how they managed to make you feel emotionally during that scene. So really cool. Obviously, don't worry so much about this team here or the item usage or whatever. We're just trying to set things up so we can get a little bit of a look at Goku, see how Goku does. Obviously now with him being shifted over, he isn't on the Goku's family, so running Goku family supports and stuff like that isn't something you should do. I just brought it along for some linking. He's still on Vegeta's family. I know that sounds weird, but it is just because whatever the baseline card is, that's what the card remains as. So yeah, pretty interesting from that aspect, but nonetheless still really cool. You can see here we've got 5 links activated, which is pretty good. We share 3 links with the Kaioken Goku, and we share a couple links with the Vegeta. Overall defensively we're sitting at 132,000, so you can see that little beef up on his defense. That's unconditional as well now, so there's no HP threshold or anything. Fighting extreme class enemies, we also have damage reduction, which is brilliant. And then of course Goku doing his transformation, he's going to gain an even bigger buff on super, and on 18 key we're greatly raising defense. So defense now after firing off a super attack is going to be huge, which is awesome. Obviously it makes him a lot better defensively, so that's really cool. And then, you know, just in general, we should see similar attack stats. Like I said, he does lose a little bit of offensive links, but yeah, still decent attack stats, 3.7 million. Obviously greatly raising that defense here. So yeah, really cool. Not necessarily any support or anything, so maybe not the best appearance of Goku, but yeah, just I think really awesome overall. Like I said, we're not running optimal conditions here for Goku to really shine, but you can see straight away the defense go up. You obviously got the benefit of the revive skill, and of course Goku technically should be able to hit roughly as hard. He will have a bit of drop off from his link set, but for the most part he should hit as hard because he obviously gains that higher passive, that higher buff on super, and just overall gains a little bit of a better buff. So yeah, realistically really enjoy the card. I think they're good, great. Are they as good as the LR Super Saiyan Goku and the Full Power Frieza? I would say no. They're not as good as them. Just rather, for me, they're not as good as them, because obviously with those units you get the benefit of those additional supers at massive colossal, which is really awesome. And also obviously they stack their defense and attack permanently, which is also another big bonus. But are they bad? No, they're definitely not bad. They're really awesome cards, both of them, Gohan and Krillin and Vegeta and Goku. And yeah, I think they're great additions. I think they're awesome, and I really have fun with them. So yeah, we've got a good little rotation here for them now. We've got the support of the Vegeta here. He's only an extreme INT type support, so Goku's not getting that support benefit, but we're at least getting the orbs. So yeah, solid there. Obviously, like I said, you're going to want to focus more on pure Saiyan supports. We have 134,000 defense again, really solid. And yeah, just overall really cool card. Really happy with that. And we can see again without support, 4 million. Good attack stat. You know, remember with support, with the on super buff, the attack stat will shoot up, the defense will go up even higher. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this card. Really chuffed with it. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we've seen everything we need to see. So now all we'll discuss is the links. And in terms of links, pretty solid options here. Obviously Vegeta and Goku both have a little bit of a Vegeta Goku flavor, but if we take a closer look at their links, we will notice that there are some common threads throughout the unit's build and its transition. So obviously their common key link is prepared for battle, which is great. Saiyan, warrior race, fierce battle, legendary power are all 4 links that stay the same. Prodigies, brutal beatdown, and Saiyan pride will change with all in the family, Kamehameha, and of course Saiyan lineage. So one super nice thing about that is actually this card becomes an even better linking partner with Super Saiyan Broly. It will go from a 4 link card to a 5 link card with all LR Super Saiyan Broly. So that's pretty cool. Right off the bat, that's really awesome. You can see here a lot of Brolys on this list of decent linking units. They share 4 links with all these guys: Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, not Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, and Legendary Power. Plus, they share Saiyan lineage with them, with the Tech one, with the Strength one, and with the Int one. So yeah, really cool. You'll see there Goku gains the Saiyan lineage, so immediately becoming a 5 link unit with Brolys, and all the Brolys are on Planetary Destruction, which means you can run these guys under a category Pure Saiyan, Planetary Destruction, and you got a lot of options. So I think that's really awesome right off the bat. So that's great. And then there's plenty of options here though. We obviously have the Goku here. Now this Goku is a decent linking partner for them, but remember when he transforms, he is going to drop some links. So his linking variability does go down a little bit, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's all okay. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, lots of decent links, like I said, because that Prepared for Battle stays the same, Saiyan Warrior Race stays the same, Fierce Battle stays the same. Those are very common links amongst Saiyans, so they've got lots and lots of options. In terms of the Vegeta side of it, obviously we just want to drop the Fierce Battle. There's some decent Vegeta options and Goku options. So you've got Vegeta here, who's a great option while he's Vegeta. They share 4 links, which is really awesome. Helps him out quite a bit. They obviously have Prepared for Battle, which is, you know, a big deal and really awesome. And then of course, just in general, they've got quite a few linking partners. Again, here you can see solid linking partners. Pretty much all of these are decent units. I'm not going to say they're the best linking partners, but they are decent units, and most of them will fill a slot on a category that these guys are on: Planetary Destruction, Pure Saiyans, Planet Namek Saga. Yeah, just really awesome unit in general. The only real issue, well, not issue, it's a shame that they can't really link up with Super Saiyan Gohan. They're not, I mean, yeah, I guess, no, they can't really link up with this Gohan, which is a little bit of a shame, because they actually share quite a few links with him, especially when they transform into Goku. It would have been a nice little link up opportunity there, but overall still a card with plenty of options. There's a nice free to play option as well for when they transform into Goku with this Goku Dokkan Battle. He links okay with Vegeta as well, having Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Warrior Race, but he has all in the family Kamehameha and the Saiyan lineage, which means once you become Goku, you'll be sharing I think 5 or 6 links, which is pretty nuts, and that card's actually good. It's a really solid card. So yeah, nice little combination there, really cool, and I really think there's nothing more to say. So let me know in the comments down below, how are you guys finding the unit? Did you manage to get them on your legendary summons? Did you not? Are you enjoying using them, and what events have you used them in? How do you find them? Do you think they're good, bad, in between, meh? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. But until the next video, as always, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, cheers and bye.